My hands were shaking so bad I could barely hold the phone. It wasn't even the message itself, not really. It was the timestamp. 2:07 a.m. and the preview on the lock screen. Can't stop thinking about last night. See, my boyfriend, Mark, was supposed to be asleep next to me. He'd kissed me goodnight at 11, mumbling about how exhausted he was from work. But at 2:07 a.m., his phone, left charging on the nightstand, had lit up the dark room with a glow that felt like an accusation. My heart started beating this crazy, frantic rhythm against my ribs. It felt like a trapped bird. "Don't open it," a voice in my head whispered. "Just roll over. Ignore it." But my fingers, they had a mind of their own. I entered his passcode, my birthday, which suddenly felt like a sick joke, and the screen unlocked. The message was from a name I didn't recognize. And beneath that preview was a heart emoji, a stupid little red heart. 3 years. We'd been together for 3 years. He was the guy who brought me soup when I had the flu, the one who held my hand at my dad's funeral. He told me I was his forever, that he'd never met anyone who made him feel so complete. I believed him. I built my whole world around that belief. I didn't sleep a wink. I just lay there, staring at the ceiling, feeling the space between us in the bed grow into a canyon. When his alarm went off, he rolled over and smiled at me, all sleepy and warm. "Morning, beautiful," he mumbled, and leaned in to kiss me. I turned my head. The kiss landed on my cheek. It felt like a brand. "Something wrong?" he asked, his voice still thick with sleep. I just held up his phone. The screen was still on that message. I watched his face. I saw it all. The flicker of panic, so fast you'd miss it if you weren't looking for it. Then, the mask. The calm, easygoing expression he was so good at. "Oh, that?" he said with a dismissive wave of his hand. "That's just Chloe from the marketing team. They were celebrating a big project win-win last night. She's a mess, probably drunk texting half the office. It's nothing, babe, I swear." He said it so smoothly, so convincingly. And a part of me, the part that loved him, wanted so desperately to believe it. But the other part, the part that had spent the last 5 hours dissecting every late night at the office, every quick drink with the guys, every time his phone was face down on the table, that part knew. It knew. "So work was good last night?" I asked, my voice surprisingly steady. "Yeah, long but productive," he said, already getting out of bed, heading for the shower, as if the conversation was over, as if he'd successfully put out a tiny, insignificant fire. But the fire was just starting. I called in sick to work. The minute he left, I started digging. Proud of it. It makes my stomach churn even now. But I had to know. I went through his Instagram DMs, nothing. His emails, clean. But then I checked his photo archive, and I found them. Dozens of pictures, saved in a hidden folder. Screenshots of text conversations with her. Flirty, intimate. Jokes I thought were just between us. Pet names he'd called me, he was now calling her. The worst part was a picture of them together. It was taken at a rooftop bar downtown, a place he'd told me he was at for a client dinner. He had his arm around her. She was leaning into him, laughing, and she was looking at him with this look of pure adoration. A look that said, "You are mine." And he was smiling back. It was the same smile he gave me in the photo on our own fridge. My blood boiled. I felt physically sick. I thought I was going to throw up. All those times he was stuck in traffic, or his phone was dead. All the little lies I'd brushed off as stress, they came rushing back, each one a sharp, painful piece of the puzzle. I confronted him that night. I didn't yell. I was scarily calm. I just handed him my iPad, open to the hidden folder. "Who is Chloe, Mark?" "Really?" The color drained from his face. He looked from the screen to me and his mouth opened, but no sound came out. The charade was over. "It's not what you think," he finally stammered. "Really?" I said, my voice cracking. "What is it then? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you've been lying to me for months. It looks like the man I was planning a future with has been sharing that future with someone else. He tried to reach for me. Baby, please. It just happened. It didn't mean anything. You're the one I love. Don't, I snapped, stepping back as if his touch would burn me. Don't you dare say you love me. You don't get to say that. Love doesn't do this. I was crying now, the tears hot and angry. Was it the thrill? Was I not enough? Did you get bored? He just stood there, silent, his shoulders slumped. And his silence was worse than any excuse. It was an admission of everything. The person I trusted the most, the person I would have sworn on my life would never hurt me, had shattered my world with a single, careless act. I kept asking myself, how could I have been so blind? Did I deserve this? Was there some sign I missed? I packed a bag that night and went to my sister's. He blew up my phone for days. Texts. Voicemails that I deleted without listening to. He said he ended it with her. He said he was a fool. He said he'd go to counseling. He promised me the moon. And part of me wanted to believe him. The lonely, hurting part of me wanted to believe that we could fix this. That our 3 years were worth fighting for. I missed the comfort of our life together. I missed my best friend. I agreed to meet him for coffee, one last time, to talk. He looked terrible, like he hadn't slept. He looked like the old Mark, the one I fell in love with. He held my hand across the table and his eyes were pleading. I never meant to hurt you. You have to believe that. It was a stupid, horrible mistake. You are my everything. Give me another chance. I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you. My heart ached. It would be so easy to say yes, to fall back into the familiar, to pretend the broken pieces could be glued back together. But then I looked at him, and I saw the ghost of that hidden photo. I saw the lie that had lived so comfortably behind his smile for months. I saw the pain he was capable of causing. And I knew deep in my soul that the trust was gone. You can't build a future on a foundation of betrayal. I took my hand back, I looked him straight in the eye, and I said the hardest words I've ever had to say. I love you, Mark. A part of me probably always will. But I love myself more. And I deserve better than this. I walked out of that coffee shop, and for the first time in weeks, I took a full, deep breath. It was over. The pain was still there, a raw, open wound. But underneath it, there was something else. A tiny, fragile seed of peace. Because I had chosen me. And that was a love story I knew, without a doubt,